What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vonnie coming back at y'all with another video. So, in today's video, man, I want to talk about reasons no one will understand your vision. People judge you based on who you are today. They cannot see the future. They cannot see the projection that you're on. Don't let someone's opinion of your present limit your future. Honestly, everybody's going to have an opinion. As soon as you tell them or as soon as you show a little bit of action towards going towards your goal, people are going to doubt you. People are going to tell you, the honest truth about it. I've heard that so many times. This is the honest truth. This is what can happen. This is what happened to my friend. Bruh, not me. I don't care. They don't share the same level of ambition as you. I'm not going to lie. I'm a very ambitious person. I believe that, I was put on this earth to do something, and I've seen other people be put on this earth and make it, so why can't I? And I just feel like if you keep that in mind, you just keep going. You keep hustling. You keep finding different ways to, make the most out of life. Life isn't all about money, but money can make life better. You feel me? Like a certain amount of dollars can make your life way better than what it is. Most people are comfortable living at an average life. If you're chasing financial freedom, you're not average. Honestly, a lot of people do not chase that financial freedom. A lot of people are cool with making their, $25, $26 an hour for the rest of their life. Their paychecks are a little bit below $2,000 and they're cool with that. They're cool with $1,000 a week for the rest of their life. I want to see what it's like to, make $5K in a week. I want to know what it's like to make, even $10K in a week. See what it's like. Average people think extraordinarily different than, somebody who's got drive, who's willing to put in the work, put in the time. A lot of people look at you and they're like, your results haven't arrived yet. Why would my results be here and I just started? And a lot of people like to say, oh, but you stopped and you started and you stopped and you started and you stopped. I failed, start again. Fail, start again. Fail, start again. Why not? Why not try again? Life throws punches, of course. So, I failed. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to try again. What if this time around is the successful time around? What if this time around is the fail and then next time around is the success? You will never know. So don't believe that, it's all luck. There's no luck that comes behind anybody that's successful. Yeah, I'm not even going to say that. A lot of people that are successful, they work for it. They had a vision. They work for it. They can only see their vision. And, that's what this video is mostly about. Fear makes people project their limits onto you. When someone says that'll never work, they're often talking about themselves. They're thinking of it from their perspective. Like, oh, well, if I was to try that, it wouldn't work. So why would it work for him? And you just got to let it be, man. Just let that person be, because clearly they don't have the same mindset. Their fears aren't their future. Don't inherit someone else's limitations. Your brain is telling you, hey, let's focus on this thing. Let's go for it. Let's do it. And you have an outsider that's not anywhere in this body trying to tell you differently. Don't let them do that. Great visions always sound crazy at first. They really do. Think about it. Think about all the companies that you can possibly think of. They had to start one day. They had to start at day one. They didn't just start up. Amazon didn't just start up and the next day it was what it is. They started selling books at first. Amazon was a book website. That's it. That's all they sold for the first couple years, just books. Now you can go on Amazon and you can go get a PC, you can go get this whiteboard, you can go get a phone, but they started off just selling books. So, and that probably wasn't even the first. They didn't even have any vision for selling these, but it came along. You feel me? All because they decided to take a risk and start selling books. You feel me? So if everyone agrees with your vision immediately, it probably isn't big enough. I literally, the other day, talking to one of my friends, I'm telling him like, yeah, I'm thinking about going into real estate. I already, put a little down payment down. We're finna get this ball rolling. You know what the first thing that dude said to me was? The first thing Oh, I had a friend. He went into real estate. He didn't succeed. Dang, am I your friend? Am I that dude? Why? I didn't even get a congratulations. I straight got that. That was crazy to me. So, it sounded crazy to him that I went into real estate even though his friend failed. But I don't feel like I'm his friend. And if I do fail, I'm gonna try again. His friend probably didn't try again. Who knows? I didn't go too deep into the conversation. I was done. Because it's honestly negative. Like, why are you telling me about somebody who failed immediately? I could get if we're having a long conversation and, that pops up. You feel me? He thinks about it. Oh, no, the first thing that he thought when I told him that I was doing something is to tell me who failed at doing that exact same thing. There's been plenty of people who have failed at something and been, successful at another thing. There's been plenty of people who, watched people fail and still went out and did it and was successful with it. Stop looking for validation. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to convince everyone that they're going to succeed. Who cares? You have to, have some action. You have to stop speaking on it. You don't need approval. You need to execute. Build in silence. Let success make the announcement. Success will be there. If you're going to be successful, people will see it. You don't have to keep telling people, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No one cares. They have their own life. And until, you actually make it or you actually are successful off of that, no one's really going to care at all. Your vision requires sacrifice that they don't understand. While they're spending weekends partying, I'm investing, learning, building, and working. That lifestyle won't make sense to people who aren't willing to sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice those parties or like a little bit of money, take a little bit of a risk. A lot of people like to spend their money on things they know and are comfortable with. Going on a vacation, people will spend money easily. Get a new car, going out to eat, stuff like that. People will spend money so easily, but let you tell somebody to invest that money. They're going to look at you crazy. So crazy. Honestly, every time I tell somebody to invest something, they look at me like I just, said the craziest thing ever. But why not? Why not try it? Why not try to invest? Why not try to save up in your Roth IRA? And a lot of people think they need that money now to spend it. All right, keep thinking like that. Different goals require different habits. Keep thinking like that. Success can be lonely. As you become more disciplined and focused, you'll naturally outgrow certain friendships and environments. Don't stay complacent. If you feel yourself starting to grow, don't let them hold you back. Please. Because that's not part of the process. Them holding you back is not part of the process. Growth often requires distance. So just be a little distant, spread apart from people, and don't let them get into your head. Because your vision is your responsibility. No one owes you belief, support, or encouragement. They don't owe you. You might want that so bad. And I can vouch. I would love the support. I would love the belief, I would love to somebody, when I'm on those days that I really don't feel like doing stuff, for somebody to be like, nah, Vaughn, you got to get up and do it. You got to get up. You got to. No one's coming to do that for me. Everybody's in their own little bubble. If you're spending time with somebody, they're only thinking about how you're spending time with them. They're not thinking, oh, he should go. He hasn't made a YouTube video today. He should go make a YouTube video. No one's going to do that. If you truly believe in your dream, you're committed. Your commitment shouldn't depend on anyone else's opinion. Bet on yourself before asking others to. You have to believe in yourself. And when they say, don't stop believing, listen to that song. It really is. I ain't gonna lie. I got a whole playlist. If y'all want to see it, I'm gonna link that down below. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be listening to a lot of motivational songs because, that's all I want is success. And I'm gonna keep betting on myself and I'm gonna keep believing because I will never stop believing. Let your success tell the story. The best response to doubt isn't arguing. It's winning. Why are you arguing with somebody who can't see what you see? They can't see out of these two eyes. They don't know. They don't understand. They don't get it. Stay consistent long enough that your results become impossible to ignore. Everybody's gonna see you, you know? You pull up in a new car and you got it like that, fully paid off, or you're leasing it, you know, like a smart person. All of those things, man. You buy a new house. You doing, I ain't gonna lie, you know somebody's getting some money when they doing all these things at the same time. But they've been saving for years to get to that point. Everybody knows that. Everybody who's a financial guru knows that. No one's just making a bag in a year and then going and buying a house and a car, and no one's doing that. Majority of people aren't doing that. A lot of people save for some years and then they go get that stuff. And then they, you know, they invest in themselves. They believe in themselves, and all the doubt that people were giving to them finally paid off. One day the same people who question your vision will ask you how you did it. Don't waste your time explaining yourself. Spend that time building. Just keep building, you know? That's really it for the video, man. If you like this message, I appreciate you for clicking on the video. If you like this message, man, make sure you smash that like button, man. Subscribe if you haven't already. These videos are more about building wealth, discipline, and success. And remember, your vision was given to you, not to everyone else. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep building. But that's it for the video, man. I appreciate y'all for joining, man. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.